Most people who say they cannot save do not have a discipline problem. They have a visibility problem. The money that should become savings never takes a shape you can see, so it dissolves into everything else. This video is the mechanics of making savings visible. Naming goals, giving them numbers, why small fixed amounts beat heroic deposits, the oldest trick in personal finance, and how a little friction protects the pile you have built. Money leaks where it has no name. A single account that holds rent money, food money, fund money, and future money is a fog, and in fog, spending feels free. The leak is rarely one big purchase. It is the small, unexamined, yes, repeated. The subscription nobody watches, the delivery that became routine, the upgrade that felt cheap in the moment. You do not fix a fog with willpower. You fix it with edges, separate named amounts that make the train visible before you make it. So the first move is old and unglamorous. Jars. Before banking apps, people split cash into labeled envelopes. Rent, food, savings, and the method worked for a simple reason. Every jar answered one question. A goal with a name changes how spending feels. Taking from a pot labeled emergency fund is a decision. Taking from a big gray balance is nothing at all. Name the jars for real things. The emergency cushion, the trip, the laptop, the deposit. Vague jars die, specific jars fill. A name is not enough. The goal needs a number and ideally a date. Save more is a wish. 1200 by June is a plan you can check. The number does two jobs. It tells you the monthly slice, the goal divided by the months left, and it gives you progress you can see, which is the fuel. Watching a jar go from 40 to 60% does more for motivation than any resolution. Set the number honestly. A target you quietly know is impossible teaches you to ignore your own plan. Here is the counterintuitive part. Small and fixed beats large and occasional. A modest amount, every single payday, will finish more goals than heroic deposits made when you feel rich. Heroic saving depends on mood, and mood is exactly what fails under pressure. The fixed amount removes the decision. It happens because it always happens. If a month is tight, shrink the amount rather than skipping. A habit surviving matters more than any single month's total. The oldest trick in personal finance is pay yourself first. The savings slice moves the day money arrives before the spending starts, not at the end of the month from whatever survived. End of the month saving fails for a structural reason. Spending expands to fill what it can see. If the savings are gone first, the month quietly adjusts around what is left. The same salary, the same life, different ending balance. Automate it if you can. Transfer that needs no decision is the transfer that happens. Saving fills the jar. Friction keeps it full. Pile should be slightly annoying to reach. A separate place, not sitting next to the daily card, not one tap from a checkout page. This is not distrust of yourself. It is respect for how decisions work at 11 at night. A 10-second pause between impulse and money is where most bad purchases die. The emergency jar is the exception in the other direction. Reachable within a day when the real thing happens. Friction for wants, access for emergencies. So the system. Named jars for real goals, each with a number and a date, filled by a small fixed amount that moves first and a little friction between the pile and the impulse. I built a small app around exactly this picture, FundJar, on the App Store. Your goals as jars you can watch fill. If the visible jar makes the boring habit easier, it has done its job. Fair wins to the fund.